Hello, humble human beings. Good evening. Welcome to रजनी's पॉडकास्ट W5. Buddies, भारत एक कृषि प्रधान देश है and it is very difficult to neglect the farmers and at utmost the women farmers. So, India is home to fourth largest agricultural sector in the world. India has an estimated 180 million hectares of farmland with 140 million of which are planted and continuously cultivated. In rural India, the percentage of women who depend on agriculture for their livelihood is as high as 84%. Women make up about 33% of cultivators and about 47% of agricultural laborers. These statistics does not include account for work in livestock, fisheries and various other ancillary farms of food production in the country. Women's participation rate in the agricultural sector is about 47% in tea plantation, 46.84% in cotton cultivation, 45.43% growing oilseeds and 39.13% in vegetable production. While these crops require labor-intensive work, the work is considered quite unskilled. Remember, quite unskilled. Women also heavily participate in ancillary agriculture activities. Despite of all these statistics, their dominance of labor force women in India is still facing extreme disadvantage in terms of pay, land rights, their representation in local farmers' organization. Critical resources such as land are also unevenly distributed by gender. Women seldom enjoy property ownership rights directly in their names. In spite of all these odds, there is a centenarian woman who is our today's wow woman of 105 years. Pappammal, a woman agriculturist, also winner of prestigious Padmashri award for her organic farming. Yes, so today's wow woman is Pappammal. She was born in 1914 at Devlapuram, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. She lost her parents at young age and she along with her two sisters were raised in Thekampatti, Coimbatore by paternal grandmother. For every U-turn in life and to take you to the top, God first pushes you back and then asks you to run and makes you a winner. So same thing happened with Pappammal. In her childhood, she hardly had time to relax or play. She had to work in all stages of farming, from tilling, sowing, irrigating, harvesting and post-harvest work. After marriage, her responsibilities doubled, having to do chores at home and working in farm. She had no choice, rarely have good food. She says she remembers that rice was cooked only during festival time. After marriage also, she had to face too much hardship. In about 1950s, her memory, she recalls that she got married her sister to her husband as she had no children. And after this, her journey began, which she never knew will take her to Padmashri award. She is just standard second past. She started a new life in Thekampatti. After marriage of her sister with her husband, she came back to her grandmother's house and she entered in man's world. She started a tea shop, further upgraded it to grocery shop and further bought 2.5 acres of land. To her fortune, she had a steady growth in farming. She had no means to irrigate her farms, so she grew rain-fed crops like millets, pulses and grams during the northeast monsoon. And I think this is her spirit. In spite of all odds and if anything is unavailable, she always tried to find the path. In last 10 years, she is cultivating banana under micro irrigation besides traditional rain-fed crops. Back then, women in agriculture were unheard of. According to Oxfam report of 2013, around 80% of farm work is undertaken by women in India, but they own only 13% of the land. And to surprise Pappammal is amongst one of the owner. They are not recognized as farmer in the patriarchal setup. Also, women do not get share in family or husband's land. But Pappammal is example of woman's because even though she could neither inherit family land nor get a share from her husband's land, yet Pappammal broke away from the stereotypical rural woman who resigns herself to fate. She bought 10 acres of land. How much? 10 acres of land on her own. And with age, she gave 7.5 acres of land to 4 daughters of her elder sister whom she had adopted. What a big idea and big view and a wide mentality she was having. She kept 2.5 acres for herself. Friend, it's not easy to bring parcel of agricultural land, but she did it by her hardship and determination. So we see wow women, whether in managerial post, politics, medicine, teaching, army, whatnot, are determined to do their best and set examples for others. In spite of her education up to 2nd standard, she travelled a long journey because of her vision and mission. In 1962, she won local body election as Panchayat ward member and became vice chairman of the Panchayat. In 1983, her public life took another major dimensional change that led her to become a leading farmer and icon of women in farming after she joined Krishi Vigyan Kendra (KVK) of Indian Council of Agricultural Research in Coimbatore district. Krishi Vigyan Kendra (KVK) was involved in training and on field testing of research and facilitate scaling. It is also involved in identifying suitability of crop pattern of local farmer in terms of financial affordability. She, that is Pappammal, from her experience was asked by Krishi Vigyan Kendra, just a person having education up to 2nd standard, was asked to lead the local management committee and take the training. With her inherent organizing skills, she started to mobilize other women in the farm extension activities. This local managing committee became a scientific advisory committee and Pappammal was member of it. Here I want to appreciate her and her work a lot because I think her extraordinary skill was extraordinary. For one who admits not to have stepped into a school, became a scientific advisory committee member, built her capacity as a practical farm scientist and elevated her level to interact with experts in this field. She played an important role in several labs to form technologies. As a key member of Extension Center of Avinash Lingam Institute of Home Science for Women and also in various committees of Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, she created a model farm and students of agriculture and home science gave visit to it. She also allows residential trip to her model farm to students where she serves the student with the food of all the crops that is grown in her farm. In 2007, she made Village Granary Scheme a grand success. Also, at the age of 92, she demonstrated her skill in operating modern farm machinery and also gave training to others for the same. Many ministers have given visit to her farm. Also, she hosted visit of farmers of Punjab, Punjab being state leading in farms and farmers. She has an association with 13 vice chancellors. She organizes training, workshops and tours for women farmers. She has not taken training for organic farming from any particular school, but she did it in her father's farm and from her own experience and fear for pesticide and chemical based fertilizer, she restricts the use of that and progresses organic farming. So what a wow journey of Pappammal, a woman farmer who works more than 8 hours starting her day at 5 a.m. in her farm even today at the age of 105. For her, age is just a number. She works about 8 hours. The secret of her health is eating steamed hot food served only on banana leaf. She drinks hot water, avoids tea and coffee. So this is the diet chart. Remember friends, if you want to live 105 years, follow this diet chart. She during her Delhi visit also carried banana leaf with her. Also used banana leaf in the plane, in the flight for her lunch. So we come to know her discipline from this small deed also. In her opinion, in any given area, there should be one or more farmers collective which gives benefit to scale and bargain for produce. Otherwise, it is difficult to survive for farmer in organic farming. From whatever we have said, we can find out that she doesn't need to acquire technical knowledge. She doesn't need to acquire the different skills. But all these things, whatever she says, is just from her experience, from her devotion, from her hard work that she can do. So this centenarian gives great message from awesome journey of her life. And if all the farmers take inspiration from her, I am sure suicide of farmers will stop. Pappammal's clear voice, erect posture defies her age. But for deep wrinkles that ran down her cheek and forehead depicts her to be a centenarian, really a young centenarian. So today I purposely selected Pappammal as my wow woman. I want to communicate message to all women struggle and find their place in each space today and are succeeding with flying colors. 3 cheers to Pappammal. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Annadata Pappammal Sukhi Bhavo. Meeting you tomorrow with next wow woman. Till then, keep smiling, be happy, bye bye.